Yo guys, Prince of Asia here. I honestly never thought I would be making a video like this. Because for almost 10 years now, Smite has been one of my favorite games. Through all the different metas, all the broken gods, all the ranked grind, all the rage and fun moments. I always came back to Smite. And as someone who mainly played ranked and reached the highest ranks in the game, I genuinely cared about the future of this franchise. That's why it honestly sucks seeing what's happening to Smite 2 right now. Because a game that was supposed to revive the franchise already feels like it's losing momentum fast. Player numbers are low, people are frustrated, matchmaking feels terrible. And honestly, the game just doesn't feel fun anymore for a lot of players. And before, people say, I'm just hating, I want this game to succeed. It's my favorite game. I defended Smite for years. I wanted Smite 2 to become huge. But lately, the game feels worse and worse every update. The new system honestly feels terrible. A lot of items feel bloated, confusing, and for the new designs, they are terrible looking. Terrible looking items. Old Smite items had identity. You instantly understood builds and power spikes. Now half the time builds just feel messy. The UI feels clunky, and the game slowly starts losing that classic Smite feeling. But the biggest issue for me right now, the roleplay system. Nobody wants to play support anymore. Seriously, half the ranked games now are just people locking random gods and calling it support. People pick assassins, pick random mages, carries, warriors, and then the team comp becomes completely horrible. As someone who mainly plays mid, gods like Zeus, Ra, or Morrigan, you instantly feel this problem. Because if you don't have a real support protecting you, you just die. One bad engage and you explode instantly. And because of that, matches nowadays feel way harder and way more frustrating than old Smite. Not harder in a competitive, fun way. Harder in an exhausting way. Every game feels sweaty, every game feels frustrating, and matchmaking honestly feels awful right now. The amount of low elo players getting mixed into higher MMR games is insane. One game feels normal, the next game you get teammates first timing gods in ranked or refusing to play actual roles. And with the current player numbers, that problem becomes even worse. Because let's be honest, 4K to 5K peak players for a MOBA is really bad, especially for a competitive team based game. Lower player count means worse matchmaking. Worse matchmaking creates frustration, and frustrated players quit. That cycle is exactly what scares me about Smite 2 right now. And the game also has way too many bugs. But instead of fully focusing on fixing the core game, it feels like they keep prioritizing skins, cosmetics, and pumping out new gods non-stop. And don't get me wrong, new gods are exciting. But if the actual core system keep getting ignored, eventually the game itself becomes a mess. And that's dangerous. Because if the foundation and code become overloaded with problems early on, fixing the game later becomes much harder. I honestly think the developers need to slow down and focus on improving the core experience. Fix bugs, improve matchmaking, improve ranked, make support enjoyable again, improve role balance, improve clarity, improve performance. Because right now, the game feels like it's trying to sprint before it can even properly walk. And the sad part is, old Smite already had the formula. Smite survived for years because it was fun. Arena with friends, late night assault games, crazy comebacks, funny moments. That's what made old Smite special. But Smite 2 currently feels more stressful than fun. And that's probably the biggest issue of all. Now, do you think the game is completely dead? No. I still think Smite 2 can recover. The gameplay foundation still has potential. But the developers need to focus on the core game first. Fix bugs, improve matchmaking, make support fun again, balance the roles better, and stop overcomplicating systems. I also think they should look at what other successful MOBAs are doing right now. Better progression, better rank systems, more rewarding events, more fun casual experiences, maybe even a better and bigger conquest map with more PvE objectives, more things happening around the map, and more fights over objectives to make matches feel more exciting and alive. Because right now, a lot of long-time Smite players are slowly losing interest. And honestly, after almost 10 years of playing this franchise, that's something I never thought I would say. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you think Smite 2 can still recover? Or is the game slowly losing its identity? Thanks for watching.
Double kill. Easy. Easy. Boom. Let's go. Three, four. Double kill. Boom, boy. Triple kill.